Welcome back, sports fans. I am Wiley Lewis here with the Fast Break Kids, and this is my Week 8 NFL picks. Last week was not very kind to me. I was 8-6-1, I believe, moving forward. Not as successful as Week 6 just a couple weeks ago, but we're okay. I'm still sitting at a nice, cushy 61-45-1, thanks to that bizarre tie. Thank you, Arizona and Seattle. That was oh so fun to watch, right, Jared? Oh yeah.
Satisfying.
Okay, satisfying. Yes, indeed. It's like eating a handful of mini Snickers. That's right. I said it. Mini Snickers.
You make me turn around in my chair.
Yeah.
Like that. That doesn't make any. Keep going.
Come on, Snickers. Satisfied, right?
Why mini Snickers? Why?
Because it's Halloween.
Oh.
Happy Halloween.
Yeah, thank you.
Crappy Halloweeners.
It's hilarious.
I am going to start out with tonight's game. Currently, I'm filming on a Thursday, midday. And tonight's game, it is Jacksonville at Tennessee. Not happy about the way the Jaguars have played in the past week.
Let me hand you
But...
that pencil. Let me hand you that pencil.
You want that pencil?
Here. You need it?
No, I don't need this. Here, take it back. Dang it. So, Jaguars at Tennessee. Jaguars embarrassed themselves against the Oakland Raiders. And that's what makes it so fun and exciting to be a Jaguars fan like myself. We're very rare, and when you see us and you find us, we're usually crying in the corner after watching one of our games. Last week was no exception. I like Jacksonville despite that because I am a homer. I don't have the homer hat on right now, but I truly believe, look, Blake Bortles has been bad this year. I think we can be honest. The offense has just not been good, which is too bad because the defense has actually been pretty solid, which was their huge Achilles heel last year. So we've got kind of a flip-flop, and it's very unfortunate. A lot of people were on the Jaguars bandwagon at the beginning of the season. If you watched our predictions, I told you they're still a year away, mainly because they don't know how to win games. They just don't know. They're constantly coming from behind, and it's just no way to be a successful franchise. Now, that being said, Tennessee's not that good. They just lost to the Colts, which should tell you everything you need to know about them right now. They too are young, and they too have trouble figuring out how to win games. So, I'm taking the Jaguars. It could go either way. It's a Thursday night game, so it's gonna be ugly no matter what. Both of these quarterbacks are really talented, but I'm not sure where they are right now in their career path. Their trajectories are, up and down right now. We don't really know where they're going moving forward. Tonight should be a good indication of how the rest of the season goes. We're nearing that midway point in the season, and this is a very important game for both of these teams if they want a shot at taking the division, because the division is that bad. Moving forward, Washington at Cincinnati. Cincinnati, I told you last week, Cincinnati has a really nice, soft schedule moving forward. S-A-W-F-T, soft? I said that with a question. And I didn't say it with the...
Say it with a period.
S-A-W-F-T, soft.
There you go.
There we go. All right. Yes, it's soft, folks. And to continue that soft schedule, they've got Washington at home. They should win this game pretty easily. I don't like Washington. Kirk Cousins, Captain Kirk, is not playing well. There's something on the wing, and it is a crappy football team called the Washington Redskins. You like that?
Yes.
Shatner. What? I went a little horizontal there. Moved over a little bit to a different franchise. Patriots at Buffalo. This is a highly anticipated matchup. The Bills, before last week, you would have thought the Bills were unstoppable and that they were, probably, I assume they were looking ahead to this game because they went and got beat up by the Miami Dolphins, which is pretty embarrassing. The Bills, I want to take the Bills because I still like their team. I like Rex Ryan against the Patriots. He seems to have a bit of a, I don't know. He performs well against them, or at least better than these other coaches that have come into this division to face off against Bill Belichick. Mainly because he's just not afraid of him. He doesn't worry about the aura of Belichick. That being said, Tom Brady is, I don't know how he's 39. It blows my mind. He looks like he's 30 the way he's been playing. He's just fantastic. He's so on point. And while I think the Bills can give them fits, it's in Buffalo. That should be a nice advantage for the Bills. I'm going to take the Patriots. I'd like to take the Bills, but I'm going with my brain. My brain says take the Patriots until you see otherwise. So I'm taking them right now. This next, you go from a highly touted matchup to basically the toilet bowl. New York Jets traveling to Cleveland, which apparently is the city of champions right now. You'd think so if you listen to Cleveland or watch ESPN. I like the Browns to get their first win. I know I liked it a couple weeks ago and they didn't get it. McCown is back. There is zero pressure. He's moderately better than some of the other quarterbacks they've had on the roster. And let's face it, the Jets are bad. Ryan Fitzpatrick has not looked good. I think this will be ugly. I think Matt Forte should have a big game and keep it close. But I like the Browns. I think they scrap it out, find a way to get a win at home, even though they're really just playing for the number 1 draft pick at this point. Detroit, coming off another win, travels to Houston. Matt Stafford has been playing lights out. Lights out. And Brock Osweiler has not. He has not. Brock Osweiler has been playing as if the lights were actually turned out in the stadium and he was playing in the dark. The way he throws his passes, he's so inaccurate. He got embarrassed in Denver. They looked terrible. I can't go against Detroit right now, mainly because I can't pick Houston. They're just bad. And they're on top of that AFC South division, so that should tell you all you need to know about that division. Kansas City goes to Indianapolis. I don't know how Indianapolis has 3 victories. It's been sheer luck. Ha! No. Sorry, that was bad. But it has been all Andrew Luck. Andrew Luck is the reason they've won any games whatsoever, and maybe a little Vontae Davis. That helps out. He's a top corner, but outside of that, they really don't have anybody. They're getting Dante Moncrief back, which I don't even know if that's a good thing or not. Who knows if he's going to be that much more effective. Outside of T.Y. Hilton, no real threats passing the ball. It's just up to Andrew Luck. And I don't think that he can get it done against the Kansas City team that looks great right now. They've won 2 straight. Alex Smith is just doing Alex Smithy things. He's just just managing the game. They've got Spencer Ware and Jamal Charles gashing people. Jamal Charles still kind of not at 100%, but you take an 80% Jamal Charles right now because he can still do a lot for your team. And the defense for Kansas City, getting better. Constantly getting better. I don't believe Justin Houston is back yet, but I think they've got enough as a team to beat up the Colts. I think this is a one-sided affair, despite the fact it being in Indianapolis, inside the Dome. I like Kansas City all the way. Andy Reid, Bob the Tomato, he's got it going on. Oakland, coming off their fantastic victory against Jacksonville. Jack Del Rio went home, got a victory, finally came back to Jacksonville, won. Now they travel to Tampa Bay, staying within the state of Florida. Tampa Bay smoking Colin Kaepernick and the San Francisco 49ers. I want to take Tampa Bay. I like how Jameis Winston's been playing, and I know Oakland has one of the worst, if not the worst, pass defenses in the league, but it's hard for me to go against Derek Carr and Amari Cooper and Michael Crabtree, and Tampa Bay seems to be the team. This is the team that did get busted up by the Los Angeles Rams. That happened. So I don't think I can trust them enough to take them over the 5-2 Raiders. So I'm sticking with Jack Del Rio's crew. That doesn't mean it's gonna be a blowout. I think it will be close, but I'm liking the Raiders. Seattle, coming off that just thrilling 6-6 tie in overtime. I slipped in a little Groot in there. Overtime. Okay, that's a bona fide superstar. New Orleans coming home to the Dome, hosting the Seahawks. I like Drew Brees, obviously. I like some of the weapons. Michael Thomas is a great young wideout for them. He's slowly becoming that go-to guy for Drew Brees. And so fantasy, if you've got him, or trade for that guy, especially for a keeper. Michael Thomas, bona fide superstar. That being said, I gotta take Seattle. I think Seattle just has too much on their offense that they can counter New Orleans offense much better, because New Orleans defense, they can't stop anything. They can't stop anybody in this league. And in case you missed football 101, defense wins championships. And Seattle has got an amazing defense.
Since when? Name the last championship that was won by a good defense.
Super Bowl I, Kansas City Chiefs, Hank Stram.
Did the Chiefs play in the first Super Bowl?
Yes, I believe so.
Because I thought it was the Packers and somebody else. Was it the Chiefs?
Did the Chiefs win Super Bowl II?
I don't know.
I think they won one or two.
Whatever. It was a joke.
We're joking.
It was a bit because the Broncos totally torched.
Yeah, Broncos, and then the Seattle Seahawks of the past few years. All these defenses have been winning championships. Mainly, what I'm getting at is Seattle wins. They beat the Saints because their defense is terrible. Arizona, the other benefactor of that amazing tie ball game, going into Carolina, which, let's face it, Carolina is on fire right now. Literally, like they're not like doing well. They're burning right now. The Panthers are just terrible. 1-5 for the Super Bowl runners-up last year. There's something to be said about the Super Bowl hangover for these losers in the Super Bowl. I don't know what it is exactly, if it's some sort of mental thing where they're just having trouble getting over the fact that they were right there and then they lost it. Cam Newton's been speaking out against concussions because, newsflash, Jared, did you know this? Concussions are bad.
No, stop. Really? Are they?
Cam Newton's saying it, so I think it might be true. I know. I've been watching this game for a while. I never thought a bunch of guys slamming their heads into each other would be dangerous.
Be good or dangerous.
And there's rumors it might have long-lasting effects.
That's crazy.
You let that sit in for a second. Okay.
That is crazy because it's almost like Cam Newton is asking to get concussions. And now he's coming out saying that they're bad. Is that a quote? They're bad? Or is that they're
might
paraphrasing?
Be a quote. I think it's a paraphrase.
Okay, but still, that is the stupidest thing. That, you know what? That perfectly outlines Cam Newton's ego. He thinks that if he doesn't know anything, that when he finally does discover it, personally that he is the pioneer of that concept.
Well,
I just got a concussion. These are bad.
People are like, it's like a headline. It's like Cam Newton speaking out against concussions. Like, oh, it's like,
takes a knee during
haven't
the
we been
national
talking
anthem
about this
against
for like the past
concussion. Spins on his head
years?
during the national anthem to protest concussions. Is that? Am I allowed to do that?
Brains matter.
Brains.
So, anyways, Arizona, Carolina. We digress a little bit. I'm taking the Cardinals. I think this could be a trap game for the Cardinals because Carolina's not good. It's in Carolina. They might be thinking, moving forward, this is a win. Let's just move forward. But the fact that it might be a little bit of a revenge game from the NFC Championship makes me think that they're still thinking about it. The fact that they just tied and they should be sour after that tie makes me think they're going to come out and hopefully put a beat down on Carolina. David Johnson's going to run wild all over there like Hulkamania did in the 90s. That's right, I said it. So I'm taking the Cardinals. San Diego and Denver. I know what you're thinking. Didn't they just play like 2 weeks ago? And you're right, they did. And they're playing again in Denver this time. C.J. Anderson out for the season. Devontae Booker moves into the starting role, which I was kind of calling at the beginning. Am I correct, Jared? Did I call that with you, or did I call it with somebody else? It might have been something else. I've been talking about Devontae Booker for a while. Liked this kid out of Utah, and he's been gaining on C.J. Anderson all year. Last week, he kind of split with C.J. Anderson against Houston. Now C.J. Anderson's out. It's Devontae Booker's turn. Let's see how he does moving forward. Fantasy pickup if he hasn't been picked up already in your league. Now, I like the Broncos. I do like the Broncos. I think San Diego's been playing fantastic lately. All this talk about how they're blowing it at the end of games, I think it's finally gotten to them. Because Phillip Rivers has always been there. But the rest of the team is finally starting to play up to that level with Phillip. Joey Bosa continually making just a difference on the defensive end in that defensive line in the trenches. I think he had 2 sacks last week. So he's getting better. He's getting better, and he's creating just a nightmare for opposing offensive lines and the quarterbacks. It's going to be close again, like it was last time. I like Denver slightly simply because they're at home. And the last game they did not have Gary Kubiak, which, as far as it goes as with him being a puppet, still makes a difference having your head coach on the sidelines. Green Bay traveling to the Dome in Atlanta. Green Bay, I don't even know where to begin with Green Bay. They almost lost to Chicago last week. They haven't looked good. Aaron Rodgers has looked average this year. And Atlanta, despite the fact that Atlanta's being, 4-3, they've impressed me. They look legitimate. And I got to take Atlanta at home. Julio Jones is just balling right now. Matt Ryan's just dropping bombs all over the defense every week, it seems like. Even against tough number 1 type defenses like Denver and Seattle. They just look good. I'm taking Atlanta. Close overtime loss to San Diego last week, but I think they bounced back. Finally, our last 2 games. First, Sunday night, big NFC East matchup between Philadelphia and Dallas, taking place inside Jerry World. I like Dallas. Philadelphia knocked off undefeated Minnesota Vikings. You think, maybe they're back on track. Carson Wentz looked much better, although there were 7 or 8 turnovers in that game. Not all of them were committed by Minnesota. I think the Cowboys' defense is so fundamentally sound, and with that offensive line, Prescott, Ezekiel Elliott just playing out of their minds right now, coming off a bye, fully prepared for this Philadelphia team. I like Cowboys easy at home. And then finally, Minnesota at Chicago. I'm taking Minnesota. I'm not even going to bother explaining why. Chicago's just awful. Whether it's Jay Cutler or Brian Hoyer, it's bad. Minnesota gets on track with an easy win on the road. Those are my picks for Week 8. Once again, if you think I'm wrong, if you have a difference of opinion, or if you just want to comment in general, leave your comments down here, under the video, right there. Leave it down there. Talk to me. Let's get a conversation going. I love talking about sports. Follow me on Twitter at Wiley Coyote at Wiley Coyote 12. Wiley _ Coyote 12. It's been a while since I announced my Twitter name, and so I'm almost forgetting it.
That was a mess.
It was a mess. It was a mess. But you know what? Sometimes messes happen, and I cleaned it up quite nicely, I think.
That's why we call you the janitor.
That's why, yeah, you know what?
Among
they call
other
me the
things.
janitor. Among other things. Yes. Thank you, Jared. Also, we filmed an NBA prediction and preview video for this current NBA season. It's just started. It is upon us. And if you're wondering where it is, well, things happened and it didn't really work out and we didn't get the audio.
The janitor has not cleaned this
We have
one
not
up
cleaned
yet.
it up yet. So, we will be filming it again with Ryan and Jared. We'll be giving you our previews and predictions for the NBA season. Even though it has already started, we already know our thoughts about how the season goes, and we're not affected by ridiculous Laker wins on day one. Alright? So look forward to that. Look forward to all kinds of crazy videos. We're the Fast Break Kids. You know, we like to keep it fun. Sports, games, entertainment. Anyways, all here in the Fast Break Kids. We'll see you next time. I'm Wiley. Jared.
And